You've probably heard of the term digital PR. People are saying it's the next big thing, the only marketing strategy you'll ever need, a real game changer. But what is it, and how can you get in on the action? Digital PR is a promotional strategy that uses various online platforms to influence how your brand is perceived. It combines media outreach, social media engagement, influencer collaboration, and high-quality content to create buzz and drive results. Now, public relations, in the traditional sense, was all about getting into a newspaper or on television, because that's how people consumed their information and how you could reach your audience. Digital PR is that same sort of thing, connecting with your audience, but it's done through online channels. Traditional PR used offline channels to maintain a company's reputation and to control its narrative. You'd pitch to journalists and hope for positive coverage in newspapers or television or radio. And this is essentially one-way communication, whereas digital PR thrives on engagement, likes, shares, comments. And when your story is picked up online and linked back to your site, you gain valuable backlinks that boost your SEO. Measuring the result of digital PR is also more simplified compared to the old way of doing things, especially since we now have tools like media monitoring platforms and analytics dashboards that let you measure backlinks, traffic, and engagement with precision. Digital PR is fundamentally about strategic storytelling. As Seth Godin famously said, people don't buy goods and services. They buy relationships, stories, and magic. Great PR, in almost every instance, is about telling compelling stories. Whether it's your company's narrative, your personal story, or the stories of your customers. It involves taking a step back and examining your business from an external standpoint. Figure out what stories you have to tell, and then how can you present them in a way that resonates with your target audience. The approach is holistic and long-term, and it's actually kinda simple. It prioritizes proactive brand building over short-term tweaks and reactive fixes. The great thing about digital media is that your story doesn't just disappear. It lives on in searchable archives, so it's always there for people to find and for new audiences to discover. Ongoing discoverability is a key driver to the effectiveness of digital PR. Let's say your skincare brand lands a feature on a beauty influencer's blog. That blog post, residing permanently online, includes a no-follow link back to your site, sparks chatter on Instagram, and it gets you a flood of traffic to your site. This third-party validation acts as a social proof and has the ability to significantly influence consumer behavior. So why the buzz all of a sudden? Well, search engines are getting more sophisticated. They go for that high-quality, authoritative content and are less tolerant towards manipulative tactics. Digital PR is all about building brand authority by getting backlinks from reputable sites and managing and enhancing a brand's reputation with online reviews and social media mentions. Now, link building and digital PR are not the same thing. It's true you can get a backlink from digital PR, but that's just a superficial comparison. Link building is a part of digital PR, but they're not synonymous. The main difference being link building targets keywords, while digital PR targets brands. Link building involves specific outreach targeting specific keywords, and its success is measured based on the quality of the backlinks acquired and the change in the website's SERP ranking. Digital PR is all about building brand visibility, and its success is measured in media mentions, brand sentiment, website traffic, social media engagement, and ultimately business leads and sales. In digital PR, backlinks are a valuable byproduct, but not the sole objective. Contrary to what some business owners believe, you don't necessarily need to be a flashy, trendy company to get media coverage. Journalists often look for three main elements: expertise, data, and compelling stories. Understand what stories journalists are already telling. It's called media trend analysis. Figure out what's hot, what's getting attention, and what information journalists are actively looking for. For example, if everyone's talking about remote work, journalists are looking for data on its impact on productivity, employee well-being, and team dynamics. Once you know what they're looking for, create the research that gives them those insights. Conduct a survey, analyze data, or partner with experts. The key is to uncover something new, a fresh angle, a surprising statistic, or a counterintuitive finding. This gives journalists a compelling reason to tell your story. But you don't always have to build everything from the ground up. Another effective approach is piggybacking on a trending topic or a social trend. Sometimes a clever twist on something familiar or a touch of personalization is all that you need to drum up some interest to generate buzz. Here are some ways to get your story out there. Reactive PR. Engage in existing conversations. Offer your expertise to journalists already covering related topics. Passive PR. Make yourself available to journalists when they're searching for experts or data. Inbound PR. Optimize your online content so journalists can easily find your research when they're searching online. Find out what stories journalists are telling, create the data that makes those stories better, and then make it easy for them to find you. That's how you get featured. A good example of a simple idea that generated quite a bit of buzz online was Burger Revolution's Comment of the Day campaign. The Canadian-based burger joint encouraged customers to jot down their dining experience onto sticky notes, which were then featured daily on their social media pages. And it was effective in boosting their following on Facebook, Instagram, and X. A simple and authentic approach that focused on genuine customer interaction. No huge ad budget, no complicated tech, just a cork board and some post-it notes. Customer interaction amplified by social media. The handwritten comments made a powerful emotional connection, far more persuasive than any ad campaign. 3 takeaways from Burger Revolution. Utilize user-generated content. Authentic customer voices are more powerful than any manufactured hype. Don't overcomplicate things. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the most effective. And facilitate engagement. Make it easy to interact with. One common concern about digital PR is demonstrating return on investment. It's not always as simple as tracking the sales from an ad campaign. Measuring the impact and proving the value is easier when your ROI metrics align with your campaign goals. If your goal is to establish thought leadership, securing coverage in top-tier publications is a step in the right direction. However, if your goal is to boost social media metrics, Google Search Console can track increases in followers and shares to gauge audience engagement. You can track your brand mentions and backlinks with Google Analytics, and that'll tell you which ones have sent the most new users and overall traffic to your website. Also, pay attention to the types of links you're getting and the link relevancy. Both follow and no follow links are important, especially if they are from relevant websites in your industry. And if Moz indicates that they are from a high DA website, that's the cherry on top. In many cases, the most important metric is usually the bottom line. Track how many leads and sales can be attributed to your digital PR efforts. The goal of these metrics is to give you a complete picture of your campaign's performance, or how impactful your story is across different channels. Digital PR helps get you noticed, not by being the loudest, but by telling the stories that people like to hear. Watch this video for some cool storytelling tips and insights, and thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Goodbye. Why do I sound funny when I say that? That's what I wanted to say.